Good evening, guys. So let's talk. What if my husband and I are not on the same page? We lost connection. Can I leave him? Can we just go away? I mean, that is exactly what everybody else is doing. And a lot of times the church says if it's not working out, you could get a divorce. It's okay. Let's talk about it. I am so tired. It's like 2 a.m. The bad thing about running a business, I'm taking a couple days off for our anniversary, and I'm trying to get some extra work done. I got my thyroid pad on my throat here because I have a thyroid condition and trying to deal with it. But what I wanted to talk to you guys today about, or this morning, is, people, I'm not even going to edit this video, okay, guys? I just want to let you guys know this. People, we have this tendency, at least in this area in the West, is that my husband or my wife, they don't make me happy. We are not connecting anymore. We are no longer getting along. We have no longer anything in common. How many times do we hear, oh, I don't have anything in common with my husband or ex-husband anymore, so I'm just going to get a divorce? And it is so sad. You even see this in the churches. You even see this with people who proclaim that they are Christians, that they are walking in the way. And it's so sickening, because really what we should be teaching is that it's 1 Corinthians, it straight says in 1 Corinthians 13, it talks about how love is patient and love is kind, all of those famous words. But what else it says is that it's not self-seeking. That is so important. I have not always been a great wife. I have sometimes even been very self-seeking, trying to please myself, trying to understand me, because that was where I came from. That's what's taught and just pretty much everywhere, right? And here I am. I'm getting ready to celebrate our 19th anniversary. And marriage is not always rainbows, guys. It is not always, perfect. It has to be work, because anything that is worth anything is work. If it was given for free, then, it may not be as pleasurable. It may not be worth it. So anything that is worth it is worth work. Your marriage is worth it. Loving another person is worth it. Putting someone else's needs before your own is worth it. And that is where true marriage comes from. That is where happiness comes from. I have realized I have become a better wife. I am happier. I am more joyful. I am filled with so much of Yeshua's love because I love my husband. And I know that doesn't really make sense in some ways, but really, when he talks about renewing our mind and renewing our flesh and renewing our hearts and us being a new creature in him, it then does make sense, because Yeshua loved us so much that he gave his life freely for us, right? Yah said, you know what? You guys are not doing things right. Let me send Yeshua down to teach you and then to take away the sacrifices so you can understand how to love. And so if he freely did that for us, then we have an example of putting others before ourselves. There's a reason it says in 1 Corinthians that it's not it's not like selfish. You shouldn't be self-absorbed, because you're not going to be able to love, and you're going to have even harder issues in marriage. Whenever I start to feel discontentment or something going on, I remember my love for my husband. I remember how I love him, how I want to honor him, and all the things that he's done for us. And it helps me remember, why we stuck it out, why we continued to fight for our marriage when it was hard. My husband and I are almost like vinegar and water, or water and oil. We're very different. I mean, we don't even have really anything in common, honestly. Our commonality is each other. our love for each other and our children. Everything else is pretty much not there. But you know what? We love each other, and that's okay. The other thing I've heard some believers say, when the wife is woken up, they'll say, oh, well, my husband is not a believer anymore, so I have a reason to get a divorce. Because it does talk about how if your spouse is not a believer, then you basically have an opportunity to leave if they will not stay with you, because it is better to be in faith and not remarry than it is to, I'll get the exact verse, but then to not live in a bad situation. Essentially, I'll have to get back on that verse. It's 2 a.m. guys, I'm really tired. But it also says that if an unbelieved husband stays with their faithful wife in the walk, then he is sanctified through her. Come on, guys. Like, we have to get back to scripture in everything that we do. If we don't, then what is this worth? What is all of this life worth? What is eternity worth? So I just wanted to let you guys know that. I think marriage is really important. I think that you have to go back to dating. Just a little advice from we've been together for 20 years, been basically married this whole time. And the one thing I have that would help marriages is date each other. Don't forget to date each other, whether that is going to a picnic, whatever it is. I'm actually surprising my husband with a surprise anniversary trip. We're going away, an hour away. We're staying in a hotel, and we're going to just enjoy our time together and not have to worry about work or things around the house. And we're going to reconnect. So guys, date your spouse. Love them where they're at. For Yah, his timing is perfect, not your timing. I have to remember this too. This is my biggest holdup right now. Yah's timing is perfect. I hope this is a blessing to you, and I hope you have a great day, and good night.